And now for the latest marijuana news. Pot is getting a lot of attention in the papers these days. It is relevant to Rhode Islanders as Massachusetts voters go to the polls to decide on legalizing pot. If Massachusetts goes to pot, we will be driving from the gas pump to the pot store, all within a short drive and 1 or 2 bridges. Well, seems the world at our borders is moving to pot. The Canadians are getting ready to fully legalize. Canada's Prime Minister came out for pot. This promptly caused the marijuana stocks available for all the savvy Canadian investors to soar to new heights. And down south, in Mexico, the Mexican Supreme Court ruled that Mexican citizens can legally grow pot on their properties now. And of course, there are 9 states with marijuana ballot initiatives ready for November. As of now, half the states have either decriminalized or legalized cannabis. The train has left the station and it won't be coming back. So get out your checkbook and call your stockbroker, because a growing number of Americans from all walks of life are going to become millionaires from pot investing. Now, here's some data. A single cannabis plant can produce as much as $14,000 worth of pot. The average grow room can hold well over 100 plants, which makes each room worth $1,400,000 plus. And there are now growing rooms springing up all over the country. If you do a little internet research, you are quickly overwhelmed by the variety and scope of pot investing opportunities. Writing in Wealth Daily, Jeff Siegel writes, quote, "There is no doubt that over the next few years, the great American cannabis trade is going to make many of us richer than we could have ever imagined," unquote. He makes the point that as new companies spring up, the savvy investors will buy into the penny stocks and make a bunch of money. Okay, I'm in. Well, not yet. So who is feeding this pot frenzy? The Washington Post wrote that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recently found that since 2002, regular marijuana use among Americans 45 to 54 has jumped by nearly 50%. Among the 55 to 64, usage jumped a whopping 455%. No way. Well, how about us really old folks? Well, we in the 65 plus category jumped up 333%. Seems that if the trend continues, marijuana use among 50 and even 60-somethings could soon be higher than use amongst the teenage crowd. So all the ballot initiatives are getting voted on by pot lovers? California, Nevada, Arizona, Massachusetts, and Maine have pot on the ballot. Florida, Arkansas, North Dakota, and Montana have medical marijuana initiatives on their ballots. If those pass, they would join us, Rhode Island, D.C., and 24 other states that permit the use and sale of pot for medical use. Now, why the sudden rise in pot use from the old folks? Older Americans are turning to pot to treat some of the common ailments of old age, like sleeplessness, aches, and arthritis pain. Seems that Medicare prescriptions for a number of common painkillers are falling in the states that allow medical marijuana. I wonder if Medicare will start paying for pot. Some have suggested that the trend to older potheads is an effort to relive some of the recreational indulgences of our youth. Well, whatever the reason, it is clear that although the federal government still says it is illegal, the feds are at rest, letting the states manage marijuana. With Florida set to vote on medical marijuana, the Miami New Times has given the readers the way to proceed to the first $1 million. Here's what they want you to do. 1, know your medical marijuana history. Step 2, go to cannabis training school, maybe. 3, watch out for the feds. 4, pick a business model. 5, partner with someone who is already in the medical marijuana business in another state. Retain a lawyer who knows the industry. Start lining up voters who could become your patients. 8, line up your money, your family's money, your friends' money, and probably some loan shark money too. 9, prepare to lose it all. 10. Start a penny stock company servicing the industry. And there's the way to millions, Florida style. But there is truth in the wisdom of thousands of Americans have already signed up to get in on the ground floor of the great American cannabis trade. Thank you for watching, and God bless.